Okay, so you want the term independent of x. That means it has no x's in it. So the indice would have to be 0. So this here, you've got 2 times any term within this power to 6, and then you have 3 on x3 times anything inside there. So if we look at a general term for this here, it's NCR, a to the m minus r, b to the r, so it'll be 6c r plus, so not plus, times a is 2x, so it's 2x to the 6 minus r, and it'll be 5 on x squared to the power of r. So that's a general term. So I'm just going to rearrange that and put that in a better form. So you've got 6 to the r. I'm going to take the numbers out so that I can make that x to the 6r, so I can get all the x terms together. Now there's more x terms here, so I go 5 to the r times 1 over x to the 2r. So I'm interested in getting all of the x's together. So it's 6cr, 2 to the 6 minus r, 5 to the r times, and then we can just do x to the 6 minus r times x to the minus 2r. Okay, so if you look at the x's, it's x to the 6 minus r minus 2r, because I add the indices, so it's x to the 6 minus 3r. So I'm just going to rewrite that on the other page. So it's 6cr, 2 to the r, 2 to the 6 minus r, and 2 to the 6 minus r, and 5 to the r, 5 to the r, and then we get x to the 6 minus 3r. Now we want to times that term first of all by 2, because that's one of the expansions from this bracket, and that'll be one term, and then we want to do another one by 3 to the x on 3. Just make sure I'm getting those indices right. And then once we've got these coefficients and those coefficients, then we just have to, we're trying to find the coefficient that is independent of x. Okay, so if you do 2 times this, it'd be 2 6cr, 2 to the 6 minus r, 5 to the r, x to the 6 minus 3r. And if we did it with times 3, x to the 3, that one will be times 6cr, 2 to the 6 minus r, 5 to the r, x to the 6 minus 3r. Now there's 2 separate things here, so you're going to be wanting to do them separately. So with this one, it's when 6 minus 3r equals 0, so 6 minus 3r equals 0, 6 equals 3r, so r equals 2. So one term that would be independent of x would be when r equals 2, so it would be 2 times 6c2, 2 to the 6 minus 2, 5 to the 2, and the other term independent of x, we've got to rearrange this, so we go 6cr, and I'm going to keep the 3 there, but I'm going to put this under the x's, 2 to the 6 minus r, 5 to the r, x to the 6 minus 3r, all over x to the 3. So that there is going to simplify to x to the power of 6 minus 3r minus 3, which is x to the 3 minus 3r. So that will be independent of x when 3 minus 3r is 0, so it's when 3 equals 3r or r equals 1. So when r equals 1, the term that it would be independent of x here would be 3 times 6c1, 2 to the 5, 5 to the 1. it'd be 3 times 6 times 32 times 5. So what I would then do is I would add both of these together, because there's two different terms that will turn out to be independent of x. One will be when r is 2, which will be the third term, and one will be when r is 1, which will be the second term. So you have t2, because the formula is tr plus 1 equals ncr a to the n minus r b to the r. So t2, which equals, I'm just going to get a basic one for tr plus 1. So tr plus 1, this one will be 2 times 6c2 2 to the 4 times 20, so 16 times 25, which equals, and I have to get a calculator to work that out, and then this is when r equals 1, so that's when r equals, the first one's when r equals 2, so that's actually the third term, and this is when r equals 1. So when r equals 1, what do we get? We got 3 times 6 times 32 times 5. 3 times 6 times 32 times 5. So whatever these two values, you just add them together, and that would be the total of the term independent of x. Because there'll be 2 times when you get a constant term. This time when r is 2, and this time when r is 1. And then you just got to add whatever these two answers are together.